something I can see peering out of that black hole, two luminous discs. The eyes, it might be a face, might be almost but heavens, something wriggling out of the shadow like a gray snake. Now it's another one, and another one, and another one. They look like tentacles to me. Oh, yeah, I can see the thing's body. Now it's large as a bear. It glistens like wet leather, but that face, ladies and gentlemen, it's indescribable. I can hardly force myself to keep looking at it. It's so awful. The eyes are black, and they gleam like a serpent. The mouth is a kind of V-shape with saliva dripping from its rimless lips and seem to quiver and pulsate.
When we last left the two of you, your two characters had broken into the private chapel of Dr. Julian Springwood, here on the top floor of Springwood Lodge. After kind of an intense back and forth with Alister, Julian Springwood threatened to, quote-unquote, dispatch with the exorcist, only to realize in horror that the exorcist had dispatched pretty much anyone that Springwood could have sent after him. The two of you have have Julian Springwood outnumbered, although you do not necessarily have the Springwoods outnumbered, as there is a malevolent presence lurking on the third floor of this abandoned ski lodge.
I love a malevolent presence, it must be said.
I know, it's why we're friends. Because we both like that. I'm not saying that I'm a ghost.
I mean, a spirit maybe, but not malevolent.
Yeah. Well, Ben's been dead the whole time.
Yeah, so the last the last sentence was basically him saying, "I'm going to dispatch of Saints," me walking in and saying, "With who?" basically, and him being like, "Ah, fuck," when he realized that I had, like, not killed, but beat the shit out of all of his dudes.
It was a gentlemanly and reserved. Ah, damn.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't know that I didn't kill all his dudes. I'm covered in blood, so...
Yeah. He just knows that you clearly wrecked shop.
Hi, I'm Sidney Prescott.
Not to be pedantic, but actually I think he would know if you killed his... he can read everyone's minds.
That's true. He would know that those minds can no longer be connected to.
Mm-hmm. Just like Professor X.
Yep. Yeah, so the important point here is which one of us is picking up this bit, I guess. Because it was mostly Alister talking to him last time. And yes. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I have a follow-up to "I beat the shit out of your dudes" and him saying, "Oh damn," besides just kind of like shrugging. I mean, I could, if you want me to pick this up, I have something I can pick up with. You did a lot of the work last time, so.
I'm trying to think. I don't know that I necessarily have any more one-liners, especially since I expect to have to fight him in some capacity, and I am just waiting to whack that tuning fork on something and see if we can supercharge his daddy issues.
Or his dad, literally.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I'll go for it. So he says the "oh damn," and I'm just like, okay, now what? You don't have any fellows left, it looks like. You've got the two of us, and it seems like, if I had to guess, it seems like your father is here, but I don't know. Does it seem like he'll help you?
Springwood, who has already stood up and is facing you, again, cane in hand and all that, is making direct eye contact with you, Saint, as he just kind of mutters at a volume that maybe is not entirely meant to reach its way toward you, but just mutters enough that Alister can hear it. "Perhaps I underestimated you, Saint. Ah, well, There's no sense reasoning with you two. He says, before taking cane in hand and swinging at Alister.
Oh, fuck. Oh, we're physically fighting this guy. Okay.
All right, let's roll initiative.
Yeah, just because he looks like the world's worst grandpa doesn't mean he can't fucking throw hands.
I was expecting us to throw hands, like, psychically, rather than
physically.
He swings his cane toward you. He actually only has a +1 in fight, because he's a fucking frail little piece of shit.
I'm surprised he even has a +1.
Honestly,
I feel called out.
So I rolled a -1. So he hit you with a +1 in total with his, I guess it's probably one of those like aluminum canes.
Yeah.
Like
Makes
the
sense.
same material a walker is made out of.
Yeah. Okay.
So it actually doesn't have, it definitely, it hurts, but it definitely isn't like, it's not doing the same damage that like a thick, solid wood cane would be doing.
I mean, yeah, that's probably just a shift 1.
Cool. Can I try to notice fast enough to get out of the way of that?
Absolutely.
I successfully rolled, that's 4 neutrals and a negative, and I have a +2 notice, which gets me a +1.
So, meets and beats. You take 0 damage.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because
that's the reverse of the meets it beats I'm used to.
Oh, I guess so, but
Armor class yeah, I flipped them in my head
because there's no excess on Springwood's end.
Yes.
It's completely
Yeah.
blocked.
Yep.
Yeah, so Alister, like, while he's expecting some sort of, like, psychic, he's not expecting the old man to try to clock him one with a cane, but he does manage to just barely to kind of twist out of the way fast enough. Like, sees where he's going with it and sidestep it.
Delicious.
So Saint was like, it seems like your dad's in here. Alister has been carrying
Which I think is, like, the only way I ever indicated to you what I've noticed. But to be fair, like, I walked in here and you guys were already beefing, so...
Alister has been carrying around this tuning fork, right? And we've already determined that it, makes ghosts... It supercharges ghosts. So I'm going to introduce a new variable into this situation. And Alister looks over to make eye contact with Saint, kind of like hefts the tuning fork, which I'm not even going to think about how he's been carrying this thing around. And I'm going to flip around and just, I don't know, what do I want to hit it on? Like the back of the side of the wingback chair or something? Yeah, that works.
You were also, like, sitting in a chair or something. Like, there's a bunch of chairs around you. You may not even need to go up. You could probably just do it to the one next to you.
That's true, yeah. I'll just,
Which might be louder, because I'm guessing that they're probably those, like...
They're probably metal.
Like the folding, or some of those, like, metal and then, like, cushion kind of chairs.
Yeah. Alright, so Alister kind of flips it out to the side and whacks the tuning fork on one of the chairs. See what happens.
Sure, I'm going to say that starts off with a kind of unearthly low note, so low that you probably don't even catch it immediately. But it eventually moves upward into your audible range of hearing. And it's at that moment that Springwood's eyes flick down in anger at what you're holding in your hand. Either he didn't notice it earlier or didn't pay much attention to you. But there is a kind of, you can see his eyelids flare back when he sees it. Where did you get that?
I thought you could read my mind, Dr. Springwood. You tell me.
Ooh.
Hey-o! You've been in the laboratory, haven't you? You stupid government lackey, you don't know what you've done. I'm going to say that as the pulsing of the tuning fork kind of reverberates throughout the room, some of the chairs in this chapel start to levitate off the ground.
Oh, okay.
There is a large window to the front of the room, a large window that Springwood was staring through when you initially walked into this room. This kind of big, huge, there's something cathedral like it, like the big rose window in the center of Notre Dame. It's very archaic in its design. You feel as distracted as you may be by all the chairs kind of starting to levitate mere inches off the ground and tilt and kind of float as if they were in zero gravity. You hear a distinct sound from that window, like something slamming directly into the center of the glass, but not breaking it.
Oh, uh-oh.
Hell yeah, Mothra! So I'm gonna go up to him and I'm gonna, I would like to hit him in the head with, the butt of my machete, because I just want to knock him out. I don't want to deal too... he's an older dude, I don't want to do that much to him. No matter how much I've beat ass here, those were all, younger folks. I feel really bad about dealing, that serious of a piece of damage to somebody older, even though he's a tool. So yeah, I do that. Okay, so that is a negative, and it's an Ezra roll where it's a negative and 3 neutrals.
I hate that that's an Ezra roll now.
I roll like shit on every other game I'm in, so, and my attack is down by 1, so that is a negative 2, but that is covered by my shift 2 with my machete, so that is a 3.
Mamma mia.
Yeah, the way I had to do that math was a little complicated, but yeah.
It's funny in this system especially where there's it's not a straightforward modifier obviously in D&D. So it's kind of funny to there's a bounce down, up, down. Sometimes you're +1, -1, +2.
Yeah, and it depends on what you're using and blah blah blah. So
exactly. He's going to use willpower to defend.
No, I imagine his willpower is probably pretty good.
He's a cult leader, so his whole deal is exerting his will on other people.
Yeah.
Well, lucky duck moment for St. Garcia Flores, because I just rolled a -2.
Yay!
So what was your total roll?
3.
Great, that's a 1 to defend, so that's +2.
Okay. However, though, so he rolled a 2?
He rolled a -2, he got a 1 in total.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, he'll take 2 damage then. Yeah, so it's either both his physical stress or his mild consequence.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him the mild consequence on that. Saint, as you're swinging your hand toward him, he doesn't succeed, obviously, based on the dice rolls that we just rolled. But you don't feel like you hit him with your full force. You almost felt your hand slowed down.
So somebody's dad still does care about him. Okay.
When you, maybe this is only how my brain works, but if you ever try to punch someone in a dream...
Oh, yes, that's also how my brain works if I try to punch someone in a dream.
Something slows you down ever so
Interesting.
slightly.
Interesting.
Springwood Jr. Is not... He appears absolutely furious. There is for sure, again, his last line was, "You don't know what you did," etc. But, of course, his most direct threat in the room is now Saint, who just tried to whack him, or did succeed with whacking him with a machete. By the way, I did take the 2 consequence for that.
Okay.
He is going to... I'm going to say he's going to swing his aluminum cane toward you.
Okay. I will roll my fight to defend.
That's a +1 in total, so that's a +3 in total. Right.
Okay.
Sorry.
So I rolled a negative, a neutral, and 2 positives, so I have my positive plus my fight. Do I add my weapon to that? I don't think so.
Only if you're physically defending with the weapon.
I mean, if he's trying to hit me with a weapon, then, yes.
Fuck, I actually don't remember.
I don't think so. I think you just used the skill, if I'm remembering correctly.
Okay. Yeah, just use the skill.
That is a 4.
Cool, then he doesn't hit you. As you lock blades, as it were, I'm going to say he locks eyes with you over the crossing of your swords. And
We're
says,
children.
and says something to the effect of like, I know you can feel what's happening, Saint. You can feel that energy that was just heightened. It's not too late to stop this. Leave. You can still leave.
I'm processing that. I don't think I have anything I'm going to say to him. I'm just going to, like, push him back.
Alister, it's your turn.
I don't see anywhere that the visitor could be in this room, do I?
No, the visitor is not in this room.
Fucked vibes.
Fucked
What if
vibes.
we were... Like, it's like, were we lied to? Is our information outdated? Because it was supposed to be up here.
Yeah, but to be fair, there's other rooms up here, and, like, I have to bet that, like, it's being kept up here. We confirmed that it's up here. Like, we know it's up here. But there's other places, there's other rooms. It could be, like, under a table or something. Like,
Yeah, I know.
As we've discussed, it's ultimately not very large. It's like maybe 12 inches diameter.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like soccer ball size.
My biggest concern here is dealing with the Springwoods, and then, like, once all of that is handled, we can get the visitor.
Okay.
Unless you want to try and get them and then we dip. Certainly an option. Maybe I deal with what's in this room, and then...
I was envisioning, for whatever reason, and this could be me just, like, barking up the wrong tree, was that the visitor, he has some sort of, like, connection from it, and the visitor is, like, I was trying to figure out whether the visitor is, like, an ongoing source of power for him, or it's something he has, like, learned stuff from.
That is a good question.
Alister, realizing that, one, he's just really tired of getting hit in the head, and two, every attempt to do physical violence to other people has, generally not worked out particularly well for him. He was hoping that the tuning fork, that summoning... Not summoning's not the right word, but more or less summoning Springwood Sr. was going to give them an edge somehow. It was going to wrong foot Springwood Jr. or something. He's not sure it's done what he expected it to do. And he's always looking for leverage with people. And so he needs to give, he's looking for another way to tip the scales in their favor. I'm gonna go see if I can find the visitor. So, can you remind me of exactly what this room looks like, or how it's laid out?
Yeah, certainly. It's not super complicated. This was definitely a hotel room. This was definitely a suite at some point. It is no longer now because it has been repurposed. As I believe I mentioned, there's kind of like a podium toward the front of the room. There's this big, huge kind of wingback chair that we discussed in the past. There's like 2 rows of 6 chairs each that are split by an aisle, so 6 on each side in total.
Sure.
It's a much smaller, again, like chapel as opposed to the church downstairs. You get the sense that this is maybe like for his inner circle of ne'er-do-wells.
Devotees.
Yeah, sure. No, I like devotees. The room is decorated ornately. There's like definitely underneath all of these chairs. Well, there is like, there's some ornate rugs. There's this huge kind of like rose window to the front of the room and smaller windows along the side. There is a massive portrait of August. It is the kind of the same look as the portrait from downstairs. That's on the back wall. And then there's the door that you came in from. I've just realized in my house planning that I have not given this place a bathroom, which means my Sims are going to have trouble using the facilities. But if this is a suite, there should be a bathroom, so pretend there's a door that leads to a bathroom.
Okay. I can pretend that.
Yeah. and I guess similarly a closet. This is as much as it has taken on its new look, this is for sure an old hotel room. So it does have the trappings of an old hotel room.
This place is not up to code.
No, absolutely not.
Not in the slightest.
In addition to that, it appears that they have maybe perhaps to deal with the cold or just to add to the ambiance of this room, they have hung up a lot of fabric on the ceiling so that there is basically the ceiling of this room is kind of pillowy. As like this massive amounts of fabric kind of draped down from the ceiling like they are trying to trap in the heat.
Fascinating.
It kind of gives the whole, if it weren't for the windows, this place kind of has almost a cave vibe to it. There's an oppressiveness caused by those repurposed curtains, just in terms of how light works in this room.
Interesting.
Mostly because I think it looks sick.
So, let's see. Potential hiding places. This thing isn't very big. I would like to roll and investigate.
Sure.
And see if I can determine any... this is the kind of place that might have things like... not necessarily secret passages, but it's clearly being renovated. And who knows, maybe it had, passages for staff or whatever.
It doesn't not have secret passages.
It doesn't necessarily not have secret passages. So I would like to go ahead and roll and investigate and either see if the visitor is stashed somewhere or see if there are any secret spots that it could be stashed.
Go ahead and give me that investigation roll.
Hey, 3 neutrals and a positive this time. For a 3. Because I have a +2 to investigate.
You are essentially a detective. You're good at noticing inconsistencies, good at noticing your surroundings. Obviously, there have been some things that defy your understanding of how the world works that are happening all around you, all the time, including literally right now as the chairs float off the ceiling and you hear the weird sounds echoing all around you in this room. But as your eyes kind of flash around the room looking for any sort of sign as to where the visitor can be, your eyes stop on that portrait of Springwood Sr., and there's a fleeting thought in your brain. Was that portrait crooked before everything started levitating?
Ooh. Okay. I would like to skirt my way past the fucking fight against Count Dooku that's going on over here. Yeah.
Okay, so am I Obi-Wan or Anakin? Anakin.
I think
right?
I'm Anakin.
You're Anakin?
You're Anakin because you're Anakin because I got taken out of the fight and Springwood Sr. is Palpatine.
Yeah. Oh, which is not encouraging for how this is about to go.
No, it's very not. But, also we're not going to cut off Springwood's head.
Yeah.
So.
Well.
Anyway. I hope not.
I have a +3 to fight. We don't know how this is going to go.
It's going to be like my Skyrim character who once accidentally one-hit decapitated my follower because he got in the way. I had to reload and I'm still like, I'm Faendal, I'm so sorry. Alister will, sort of set aside all of his what the fuck is going on-ing that's happening in his head right now and, head for the portrait of Springwood Sr. and try to see if that is a safe or a hidden door or something like that. It looks like a secret. I love secrets.
You place your hand on the side of the portrait picture frame and slide it to the side. There is a massive hole in the back of the room, and you can see into the suite next door.
Nice.
You start to see into the other room, and you see, well, I guess you don't have direct experience with this necessarily, but you see something similar to what Saint saw in Chapter 4. Walls and walls of notes pinned to the wall.
Oh.
And a shiny metal orb on one of the tables.
Oh, shit.
It's Matty time.
I'd like to step back from Springwood Jr. a little bit, just to kind of get out of his I'm gonna hit you range, or his immediate I'm gonna hit you range. and get a better view of the room, and then I'd like to roll an empathy to get an idea of what is the deal with Springwood Senior now. Because my previous view was, I believe the quote is, "The vibes are fucked." And the vibes are still fucked, and I can tell that now, but I'd like to get a better idea of, like, what that thing did exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. So, sorry, you're investigating what specifically?
I'm gonna roll empathy for ghost stuff, because I want to see exactly what the twang did, because Springwood Jr. seems real nervous about what's happening, and not the, like, I'm trying to, like, get you to leave because I know that this is fine. He seems genuinely nervous. And
that he does.
That makes me nervous.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm gonna roll empathy here. Nice! I got 2 neutrals and 2 positives. I got 2 4s and 2 6s, so that's not bad.
Hey!
And with my empathy, that is a 6.
Hey! Holy butts.
There are so many voices outside this room. Saint, you want to hear the ghosts. They're all around you. As you look toward you don't see any in your immediate vicinity. Those shimmers that you've become familiar with in Springwood Lodge are not present in this room. But you can hear kind of rattling voices, like the hushed voices right before a play starts. Just that kind of atmospheric whispering. It isn't until you look over at the rose window, specifically, that you see the hands that are trying to push their way in.
The voices that I'm hearing, different voices? Different ghosts?
Different voices. They don't sound like the cult members, and they don't sound like either Springwood.
So the ghosts of all the people that died here. Wonderful. Presumably, I'm guessing. We'll see if I'm right. And you say that there are hands trying to push their way inside the window. Any face to go with them, or just hands?
Nope, just hands.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to Springwood Jr.
It's like they're only materializing with the contact.
Okay.
Ooh, that's fun.
Can I hear anything the voices are specifically saying? I understand there's probably a lot of them, so it's a lot of crosstalk. It's probably hard to understand any of them individually, but are there any repeated phrases or particularly loud voices?
You can hear kind of whispered in that atmospheric hush around you. You can hear a number of phrases, including, "Let me leave. Keep that away from me. Help us."
Okay, he told us to get out of here. I mean, I don't think I have anything particularly I'm going to say to him in this moment. I'm going to keep thinking about it and because I think my next turn is going to have to be what I do next. I don't think I have enough time to, like, try and do anything about these ghosts. But I'm going to turn to him and I'm going to say, I'd ask what you've done, but I think I know. Wow, you guys fucked up, and you fucked up bad. Why did you stay? Like, why would you stay here?
You and Springwood have undoubtedly taken a step back from each other after that clash, before, in preparation of either swinging at each other again or what have you. Do you want me to get sentimental with you, Saint? Do you want me to tell you that I only stay here because this is my home, and I can't imagine living in any other place?
No, I want the truth.
This place, this rotten structure, is a nexus of death and the supernatural, and I intend to plant my flag solidly on it. Our research only works here. My father's research only worked here, and I'm keeping it. And I'm keeping people like you out.
Fascinating.
It's gonna fucking kill you. Alright, let's go.
Right after you say, "It's gonna fucking kill you," he mutters, "I'm not certain that'll stop me."
Oh, alright! So I say it's his turn now, so...
Alright, fine. Become a lich. See how that ends for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to say he raises up his hand in a gesture that almost looks like he's trying to, hey, fellow Star Wars fans, force push at you. And I'm gonna say
I should not have opened this can of force lightning.
And I'm gonna say that the wingback chair goes sailing through the air towards Saint Garcia Flores.
Oh fuck.
Okay, well,
Uh-oh.
that's, I mean, time for me to try and get out of the way. Or push it back, I guess, because I'm using fight. Okay. So that's a 3 for me.
Okay. Nope. That's a +1 for in total. So that's -3 +3 +1.
Yeah, no.
Great. The wingback chair completely sails past you and crashes into one of the back walls.
Okay.
Saint told me what the visitor looks like. I'm pretty sure Saint at some point told me what the visitor looks like.
If not on mic, then you two canonically had a 50-hour road trip.
We did canonically have a 50-hour road trip. We both listened to a lot of audiobooks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was quite that long, but still, it's a pretty long drive.
It was long, though.
It was it was at least 2 days.
We spent a long time in a car together. I'm sure that we talked about it.
Okay. Alister has no real idea what's going to happen when he lays hands on this thing, whether it's going to react to him the same way it reacted to Saint. But you miss out on 100% of the experimental data that you don't fucking go after. So he's gonna hop in there and grab the visitor.
You step into that room, and as the portrait swings back into place, the room goes dark.
Okay. I do have a flashlight. So I guess I'll click my flashlight on to make sure that I'm not about to get, I don't know, eaten by something. Yeah, I'll turn my flashlight on.
This room, much like the other room, in fact, it's a mirror of the other room, effectively. There is a rose window at the very far end, although this one has been boarded up. That is actually the only, while it has been boarded up, some light is leaking through, and that's maybe the only light in this space.
Okay.
Your flashlight absolutely captures the glint off of the visitor, which is sitting on a short pedestal surrounded by two of those. What did we call them in the earlier in this chapter? Pylon is wrong.
That was
those two conductors of electrical current.
Yeah.
Not quite Tesla coils, something else. Anyway.
Yes. Okay.
This appears to be a study of sorts, not unlike Springwood's dressing room downstairs and the back of the RV in Chapter 4. And similarly, it is covered in the nonsensical notes and paper and everything that you've become accustomed to when you go behind the scenes of Springwood's mind and peel back the curtains. There are two wingback chairs, not unlike the wingback chair that is in the other room, and there's a record player on a small table pressed up against the wall with a stack of vinyls next to it.
I need to know what the fuck they were doing. Now is not the time. I'm letting a sense of mortal peril override scientific curiosity for once. It's a different kind of scientific curiosity. Besides, all of this stuff is going to still be here. Like, someone will, whether or not I'm going to get to see anyway, not important. I don't want to die, and I don't want Saint to die. And motherfucker in there is telekinetic now, so that's great. Alister's gonna pick up the visitor. Just slap both hands on there like it's a soccer ball.
You palm it with both of your hands, and you can feel kind of, I believe I described it in Chapter 4 as a kind of internal whirring. you can feel there's almost a magnetic pull inside, like you're you can almost feel like a magnetic pull moving out of your palms and through the machine, through the orb.
Sure.
There's you know what? Like have you ever tried to move something underwater?
Yes.
Again, there's that sluggishness to it or whatever. You can almost feel that kind of movement kind of coursing through your muscles.
Interesting.
A flash or two, like almost figurative synapses in your brain, kind of starts appearing in your mind. There's like bright light in your mind.
Oh,
when you
okay.
touch it. Which is not quite unlike what Saint experienced only a couple days previous.
Shit. I think Alister's realizing he doesn't really know what to do with this thing. Okay, can I take a second? So every chance I have, I've been, like, examining these things to try to figure out how they work. These little setups.
Mm-hmm.
Can I make a rapport roll and use I can roll rapport when dealing with unfamiliar technology to try to, like, boot this thing up?
Yeah.
For lack of a better word.
I mean, this is nothing if not unfamiliar technology.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see if I can give it some juice, and then maybe that'll let us...
Absolutely.
I don't know.
Roll away.
Let it talk to me or something. Okay, I have a +3 in rapport. Okay, that is... Okay, negative, neutral, positive gets me a -1, right? So that is only a 2. You know what? I have 1 fate point left, and I really want this to work. So I'm going to, on a meta level, wiggle the strings of fate, and see what this gets me. That's cocked. That's cocked again, Jesus. There we go. Okay, that's a lot better. That's 2 positives, 1 neutral, 1 negative, which gets me a +1 for a 4! Finally!
Knowledge that you could never have dreamed of downloads itself directly into your brain.
Oh shit.
All these weird symbols that Springwood tried to show the tent in New Mexico flash before your mind, and you suddenly have a deep understanding of what the visitor's deal is. It crashed so long ago, and it's been trapped this whole time. Used, experimented, prodded by the 2 malevolent owners of this abandoned ski lodge. And it needs your help getting out.
Oh, man. Is this a two-way street, this connection? Does it go both ways? Can it feel what I'm feeling?
Yeah.
I think there's this absolute car crash of conflicting emotions that happens in Alister all at once. And it's like everything that he's devoted himself to for like his entire adult life is, experimentation, the pursuit of knowledge, the pursuit of like safety, all of these things, and him thinking about and remembering Saint in the parking lot, being like how there's no hesitation, there's nothing, there's just, oh, this thing needs my help, then it has it. That moment of like, there's no other way that can possibly go. And I think all of this, because that information transference happens instantaneously, I think it gets back, like, Alister cycling through, okay, what would happen if I gave this thing to the department? Like, because that's his thing. He's eventual. He does eventualities. That's what and that's what he knows he's supposed to do. And he's not going to. He just can't. I mean, clearly this thing is some kind of explorer or something. And he can't. He's like, it calls to something about feeling trapped in him. I think that he's maybe never articulated to himself before. And I don't think he is gonna, I don't think he has time to interrogate that, but I do think it pulls on something in him that feels trapped. So, what does it need me to do? Does it know how to get out of here?
You're right. You feel this overwhelming kind of empathy toward it. The cry for help, your own trapped situation. It's clear what needs to happen. But the device itself, the sphere, the visitor, there's nothing on it that would indicate any sort of release. It is a solid metallic sphere. There doesn't seem to be any way to navigate past that. But there, you can hear in your brain, rather, I guess you can see in your mind's eye, several of its hieroglyphs. And the meaning is inordinately clear to you. Give me away.
Give me away. That's...
Girl to who? I mean, if there's some way we can get in contact with, its own people. It doesn't have a... I mean, to be fair, this might be an issue we discuss once we're out of here.
Yeah, that's true.
You can see in your brain over and over again the symbol that Saint identified in the tent in New Mexico of a being that is trapped.
You think maybe it's trapped inside, the orb itself? There's something... it's trapped here, right? But maybe it's trapped on a deeper level. Maybe we're supposed to release it.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I can get quite a bit done because this is happening at the speed that you think things. Alister imagines, the image of the sphere getting cracked like a geode and something escaping. To be is that what you mean I'm supposed to do?
That's really clever, by the way, so take another fate point. No.
Oh, okay.
no, I mean... Shit, yeah, whatever, yeah, take a fate point. You're communicating back to it in hieroglyphs? That's cool as shit. Or in,
Thanks.
Ideas? This is the fucking Next Generation episode where it's Darmond in jail at the crossing or whatever.
Yep.
Whatever.
Darmok, and I'm gonna have to look it up now because I hate getting that. I feel like I make that joke a lot and I get it wrong.
I don't think I've seen that one in my rewatch yet. Or else I would...
it's Darmok and Jalad at Tanagra. Yeah. Anyway, yes.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
In your brain, you see an image. It's distorted, obviously. It doesn't fully understand your world, your customs, anything like that. But you see an image of a handshake, of two people hugging, and of sharing of passing food at a dinner table.
I wonder if it's less the it needs to go to someone specific and more the act of sharing.
I know, right? I'm I want to run back out there and be Saint, we need to both slap a hand on this thing.
Yeah. I wonder if that's something that...
literally share it with you.
Yeah, that's something we can accomplish together. Maybe that's part of the reason it's been so isolated this whole time. In that box.
Completely possible. Yeah, is that only one person ever handles it.
We can certainly try, and if that doesn't work, then I'll be holding on to it and we can just dip.
Yeah, that's true.
And
I was I think Alister's gonna definitely gonna ask Saint if he thinks he needs to try to exorcise Springwood Senior from this place.
That was gonna be my next. This is your turn. My next shot was literally gonna be like bust my ass past Springwood, like clock him on my way past, and like put my hands on the window and try and like exorcise him. And I want to exorcise people in this building too, because they're trapped here and that's miserable. And there's like God knows how many people left in this building, but that seems like a later thing.
Yeah,
this is like if I get rid of him, then maybe that will. Yeah, so that was I will reveal. That was my plan.
Well, I think then Alister is gonna turn back and start going towards the back of the painting to get back into that room, and we should probably cut back to Saint.
Saint, you're struggling with an old man.
Not for much longer. I am, as I said, I'm gonna push my way past him to go to the window and put my hands where the other hands are, and then like do an exorcism to try and like clear his soul from this earth, basically. Be gone, foul demon. I was trying to think of a good song to like do this too, but I'm like, I don't know, something mean and aggressive.
You walk up to the windows and you can see these kind of pale, shadowy shapes pushing up against the glass, and the glass is kind of, no, it can't be. That can't be right. But maybe it is. It looks like the glass is almost bending toward the room.
Oh.
Like they're trying to push through something viscous.
I don't like that.
That's the goal, then.
No, I know. Technically, the physics of glass are really cool.
And you put your hands toward those parts that are pushing out. Go ahead and give me work your magic, Saint.
You got it. Okay. So my exorcism is a +4. Roll good. 2 neutrals, the negative and a positive, so that is a 4. So it's just my empathy.
Sure. You feel heat, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. You feel fire. You feel a gunshot. You feel deep and profound sadness. And then you feel freezing cold.
Mm.
There's a lot of emotion on the other side of that glass. And you're not sure how much of this place's history you're absorbing at once. But you can feel that there's been a lot of hurt in this building. And a lot of hurt to the people who have stayed here and worked here over the years. But you push back against that. Sorry, did you have a song in mind?
No, I'd only had, like a minute or two to like really think about something. I couldn't think of something fast enough, but I'm going for something angry because I do not like this guy, and I want him gone. I'm sure that eventually I'll think of something cool and I'll put it in the Discord, but not at this moment.
Sure. You feel that anger kind of reflected back at you. And then after a while, after you continue to sing for a little bit, there's a part of that anger that feels subdued. Old hands leave the glass, and it kind of becomes more rigid, like you would expect glass to feel like. And then you can feel new hands press towards yours. And that cycle repeats. Like there's a line for the exorcist. You can feel the intense energy of this room start to fade away. Sometimes anger is the answer.
I was assuming the hands on the window were Springwood Senior. Does it seem like maybe that is not the case? This is just one of the many, many people who have died here over the years?
Oh, yes, sorry. It's not Springwood Senior.
Fuck.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, I wanted to exorcise all these people anyway, so like, a foot in the door, right? But I need to find Big Man. I want to get him out of here.
As you're kind of coming to terms with what's happening, images are flashing in your mind of not quite faces, but much like Alister is seeing, it's like abstractions of the people that you may be in contact with. The bell on the reception desk dings in your mind. A briefcase set down in the rec room in the library in the back of the lodge. Walking through piles of snow up to your ankles and the kind of biting feeling of frost. Very human experiences attached to this place. It's not just fire and gunshots. It's the joys of being here and the mundanity of being here that start to rattle around in your mind, and you can feel the anger kind of disappearing from this room.
Okay. And I'm changing my psalm to something less angry too, and more about just like, I don't know, just like the day-to-day living kind of thing.
Sure. Springwood's turn. You passed him then. So you are behind him if you're closer to that rose window. So I am going to say he looks toward the back room where Alister is, and he can tell that someone's playing with his toys. But he's kind of frozen in space for a moment. You can see the indecision, like in the twitch of his legs, as he's not sure whether he should run back and stop the person who is touching the visitor, or to stop the person that is essentially, fuck you, unhaunts your house. That indecision leaves him quickly enough as he reaches for one of the folding chairs and chucks it at the rose window.
Oh, shit.
That's not is that an attack at me or an attack at the window?
Great question. I guess that's technically an attack at you.
Okay, then I can defend against it.
Cool.
Bummer.
Rolled a true neutral.
Okay. I think I also rolled a 2. So that's 2 negatives, neutral, and a positive, so that's a -1 with my 3. Yeah, that's a 2.
Cool, which means you block it completely.
Yeah.
What did you roll to defend?
Fight?
Do you want to call that a sidestep?
I mean, I was imagining that as a, like, because I'm fighting a chair, so I imagine, like, moving and, like, elbowing it out of the way.
Sure. All right, then, yeah, it deflects and it, like, crashes down toward the ground. Back to Alister.
Okay. It has to be shared. Okay. Alister, having seen none of this, but I imagine can hear Saint singing, which means, of course, that he is...
And also a chair crashing to the ground.
Yeah, there's the sounds of fighting, but he's still singing, which means that he's not incapacitated, which is a good sign. I think Alister, like, busts out from behind the painting. I feel like there needs to be a good line here, and I'm not sure I have any more in me tonight.
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm running up to you and being like, we have to being like a, we need to put this between our, I need to share this with you because I want to see if that will turn the tide. That this thing has been imprisoned.
That sounds like a good enough line there, is like, we have to share because I think that will turn the tide.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Yeah. I think he busts out of there, and as he's running up to Saint, he's just, it's like it's been isolated this whole time, and it wants to be shared, and he thrusts it out at Saint to like put your hand on it.
Okay, and I catch it. Or I will try to anyway. Are you gonna make me roll for that?
Yeah, it's like a one. I'm like still. I'm not throwing it at you. I'm like holding it out,
and then I have to
hold it at the same
grab
time.
it. Okay,
you have to like
Okay, I do that
because he has bigger hands than I do and can palm something like a basketball, which I can't.
Yeah,
tragedy.
I also not the biggest.
Matty,
hands.
who has smaller hands than I do.
You both have a hand on the visitor, and you can feel that warm, brilliant light flashing into your minds, the both of your minds at the same time. And looking down on the surface of the visitor, on that shiny metal surface, something has definitely changed. There is a single, what almost looks like a fracture across its surface, and that bright and brilliant light is streaming through the cracks. It happens so fast, it's hard to describe the motion. Is it like glass shattering? Like when a chick breaks out of an egg for the first time? Is it like crumbled up, torn paper? It's hard to explain just how this happens. But after a moment, both of your minds kind of settle back into your bodies, and the brilliant light fades. You realize that you're both holding a jagged shell of one half of the visitor's orb. The candles in the room go out, the light flickers for a moment, and then turns back off. But even though you're in what should be a dark room, there is a brilliant pattern of light hanging on the ceiling. It looks like the Aurora Borealis inside.
Cool. What is Springwood's reaction to this?
I think he's just slack-jawed. I think he didn't, as much as he has been trying to understand for as many decades as his family has owned that, he has never truly understood what was inside. I think he's just slack-jawed, staring up at the light.
Are the ghosts still, like, active?
You don't hear them anymore.
Interesting. Okay. And the light, it's just on the ceiling? Does it seem like it's leaving? I don't know. I'm concerned that it's still stuck in here or something.
Sure. No, it doesn't seem like it's leaving, but it also doesn't necessarily seem like it's trying to.
Okay.
It's just kind of floating above you like a jellyfish.
Cool. Yeah.
And every once in a while, much like Aurora Borealis, or maybe more like a solar flare, there's just like a streak of it just kind of snaps off from the rest of it, dips back down toward the ground, and then goes back up to the surface, or goes back up to the ceiling. It is a living, complex cluster of light.
Okay, I'm throwing my half of the shell at Springwood's feet.
I thought you were going to say face.
No. I thought about throwing it at him, but no, I'm just throwing it at his feet. Do you have anything you wanted? I have an idea of something I would like to try, but...
I think Alister is, from a very different angle than Springwood's coming at it, also just transfixed. That's an alien. Like...
That is technically an unidentified flying object.
Yeah, that's an alien that came in a spaceship. It's an unidentified flying object to you. I know exactly what it is. I don't, but, you know. I think he's just... I think if you know, I'm assuming if Saint looks at him, this is the most sort of... Like, his natural affect is pretty blank. Or what seems like his natural affect is pretty blank. And he's just like... There really is this... It's not... It's soft, but there is just this, like, total wonder that's kind of peeking out.
Yeah, Saint is beaming.
Yeah.
Like I right now.
Yeah.
I'd like to reach up towards it. I want to, like, what I'm hoping it'll do is it'll reach back so I can ask it a question. But it may not, and that's fine. But I'm reaching up.
Sure. One of those solar flares cascades down to you.
Okay. I'd like to communicate do you need anything else from us? Like, is there any other way we can, like, help you or get you out of here? Or are you good? Are you set?
You have immediate thoughts of a bird beak chipping its way through its shell. And then in your mind, just you see a great score, like a massive amount of birds, like flying off of like a wetland somewhere off into the sky. I don't think it needs anything from you anymore. You have that feeling.
Okay. I'll send like the feeling back of like affection and like friendship, and then I'll like pull my hand away. And I'll look at Alister and say, I think we're done. I think we're done. And look at Springwood and say, and I hope you go to hell. I'm gonna leave.
Springwood collapses to his knees and holds on to the fragment of the visitor that you've tossed at his feet. He doesn't have anything else to say.
Yeah, motherfucker.
For the two of you, while you have obviously just witnessed something deeply extraordinary and deeply extraterrestrial, something that, even though you think you have an idea of what you just saw, it's still somehow beyond your understanding. There are a lot of emotions at play right now, and I'm sure both of your minds are, in their own way, just charged with different types of feeling and energy and confusion. But I have a feeling that both of you have enough grasp on your faculties to feel a malevolent presence floating out of your mind. As you look back at Springwood, you wonder if he has any power left. Hoarsely, from down on the ground, you hear Springwood mutter something to the effect of, "Just leave. Just get out of my house."
I'm not saying this, but like, yeah, no problem. Toodles. Unless he's saying that to his ghost dad, in which case, like, bummer.
No, it's directed at you.
Yeah,
Toodles.
okay. I'm out of
Your
here.
final word to him being Toodles is really funny.
That's why I'm not saying it, because I feel like
Alistair-
it really, like, breaks the moment, but...
Yeah.
No, I think
Alistair,
that's saying as shit.
Alistair looks at him and actively chooses not to remind him of the sort of deal that he offered. In terms of, you know, this is like, if he wants to stay here, he's got to know that the department's coming after me. That's up to him. He's not... That's kind of one of the perks of working for an organization like I do. He's not my problem anymore.
Cool.
I do think that having seen Saint, like, reach up and, like, make contact with the visitor, I think, like, before we go, like, Alister does reach up, and has, like, the image of, like, footage of astronauts getting into, like, the rocket and then, like, taking off. And then, like, is that where you're going kind of a thing.
I think it shows you a pair of, like, handcuffs being, like, smashed, like old medieval manacles being smashed, not the more modern ones.
Yeah.
I think it's trying to symbolize, like, freedom to you, and it shows you the birds leaving the wetlands again. It's not giving you its destination, but you, in your brain, you can just see a field of stars.
Should probably convey also that, like, there are people who are coming here who might want to, like, zookeepers or something, or, like, prison guards.
I think, how would I do, like, somebody's, like, you should sneak out now. It's the image of people at a like, the image of you're, like, at a party, and, like, you're, like, you know that your like, RA is, like, making the rounds or something. And it's not like an everybody panic and scatter. No, it's, what am I talking about? It's last call at a bar.
Okay.
That's the image that he sends, is the idea of, is sort of the, like, people, like, pouring one last drink and then, like, gathering their coats up, and as the bar team, like as the bartenders are like wiping things down and collecting glasses and things, and with a sense of like the cleanup crew is coming, and you don't want to be here anymore.
Somehow, having never had alcohol in its life.
Yeah. It's the camaraderie.
The visitor understands. It doesn't need an exit. It's just light. But it drifts its way through the rose window and out into the sky. There's a little bit of extra light outside of Springwood Lodge tonight. You don't typically get the northern lights this time of year. What you've just been listening to was ParaScience, a glimpse into a world unknown. It was an actual play horror adventure told to you through the Fate system. Our players are Ezra Kaye as Agent Alister McAndrews and Matty Trumbo-Gomes as capable young man St. Garcia Flores. As for myself, I was your game master and disembodied voice, Ben Hamlin. I also produced this show. Our theme song is by the incorporeal Johnny Rinaldo, and our logo was created by the haunted visage of Terra Bosart. We are currently in the process of remastering and transcribing earlier episodes of the show, and for that I would like to thank Glory Duda, Marcel Hood, and Julie Cooper, as they write down our every word and weave an intricate web of audio for you. You can stay tuned to our social media channels for more information on these developments. This show is brought to you by Infinity Break, where we're telling stories our own way. You can follow us on social media at InfinityBreak23 and check out our website for all of our other podcasts at InfinityBreak.net. We appreciate you listening to this program. If you want to help spread the word, there are a good many ways to do that. Word of mouth helps us immensely, and you can add us at ParaSciencePod on Twitter. And while you're at it, why not tag InfinityBreak23? We have a Patreon at patreon.com/InfinityBreak, where you can start donating to Infinity Break for as little as $1 a month. And if you listen to Apple Podcasts, don't forget to leave a review. Lastly, I would encourage you to join the haunted chorus of voices at the Infinity Break fan Discord. That's bit.ly/InfinityTalk, capital I Infinity, capital T Talk. That's all for now. Let ParaScience never let you sleep. Like a knocking sound from the attic, or a drop of blood from the ceiling. Be careful where you step this chapter.